Yeah. Like, I'm right there with her. What?
Shine bright like a diamond.
This is the sign of a really mature performer. She's given herself room to grow here, and she's super grounded, like mentally, emotionally. I have trouble with this. I think a lot of singers who don't perform like a lot have a hard time going out right in front of an audience. You're starting, you're singing, and you just basically speak. And you're centered, grounded, and you're just talking.
Fine light in a beautiful sea. I chose to be happy.
Already a lot of really cool stuff. Singers should really go phrase by phrase and try to bring something out and play with it. Play with it. Don't like prescribe what you're doing until you've played a lot. But like let's break it down. She's already doing some interesting stuff.
Shine bright like a diamond.
The smaller, as she closes her mouth, you know, you're letting less sound out because there's obstructions, you know. And so that's a dynamic little thing. Diamond. That. She also moves from the mic a little bit.
Shine bright like a diamond.
By going up like that and then bringing it out. That mic technique is, it's one of those things you really got to practice, and it's difficult. But that allows for like a nice little phrase. It's more interesting. It's nuanced. And so it's a combination of singing technique and mic technique in this instance. Really cool.
Fine light in a beautiful sea.
Listen, I only stopped because it's good. Like,
fine light in a beautiful sea.
So, fine light. That, like, little... I'm not sure what you would call it. There's another voice react who I actually really respect his channel. And he has a word for this. And I don't really have one. I know what physically you do. So if you're singing, and you just kind of like slack, you know, you just let everything kind of go. And it gives this nice little drop of the phrase, but the thing is you got to go right back up.
I chose to be happy.
Little vocal fry. Vocal fry. So when you're in the bottom of your range, you can more easily do it. There are ways to do it up high. It's just difficult.
You and I were like diamonds in the sky.
Ooh. Cool play on the vowels.
You and I were like diamonds in the sky.
Sky. She adds this really, really bright, brassy timbre to sky.
Diamonds in the sky.
The easiest way to manipulate the vocal tract is just vowels. All that does is it changes the vocal tract so you can hit resonant frequencies on the pitch that you're on. So that's, I think she's doing some of that.
I chose to be happy. You and I were like...
See how those are different vowels, right? If we really, really pause.
You and
I. Right? I is a diphthong, so there's two vowels in there, but there's two different I sounds.
You and
I. Right?
You and I.
Very drastic there.
We're like diamonds in the sky.
And then that brassy tone. Vowels are fundamental part of singing. To make singing easy, you need good vowels and good breath. And if you don't have that, yikes. But there's a level above where you can sing very comfortably with a lot of different vowel sounds, but you understand generally what you need. Oftentimes people call this placement. It's just manipulating the vocal tract with vowels and having like not a lot of tension. But when you get to the point where you can do that, you can start to manipulate and start to do these things where you're playing with the sound. And to me, I love that. I love that. It's the mark of a great singer because you can take things that are in your low or in range, parts of the range where people usually don't give a lot of credit to, and you make it sound interesting. It's when you stop being a technician, you start being a musician. And I think this is an element of singing that goes really underappreciated.
A vision of ecstasy when you hold me on.
Ooh!
I knew that we'd become one night away.
Ooh! Yes!
Become one night away.
Whew! Okay, so talking about musicianship, when you have a really strong, there's like literally a marching rhythm and a snare in the back, right? When you want to express rhythm as a singer, consonants are your friend. But you don't have to do it the Michael Jackson, like, where you make everything kind of like in staccato, right? What she's doing is she's given flavor to the rhythm using consonants, but her voice is smooth as silk while she's doing it. Lip trills are great for this. But you gotta be able to hit the consonants just right, because if you hit it too hard, there's too much air, and that's going to affect your ability to go smooth. So she is smooth while giving all this flavor in the form of consonants, a little bit of growl, a little bit of vocal fry.
I saw the life inside your eyes.
Oh yes. Give me a run that's music. Every single day. I can't stand when people do scales. Just it's like, oh look, I can do a scale. So what? Scales are actually pretty easy. Like if you're not a bad singer, you can do a scale. That's not that hard. What's interesting is making it musical. So back to vowels. There's a lot of different. She's doing so much here. It's crazy. Energy, sky, like the difference between sky and right? Vowels. Yes, the precision on those notes. Yes, and the little jaw motion thing. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but it's giving each note its own little emphasis. Like that little bit of like it gives it a feeling of a consonant, but it's a vowel. She's using that to give rhythmic expression through vowels. Super sophisticated. See what I'm saying? Yes. Yes. This is something that people need to pay more attention to as they sing and as they practice. This wide tongue here, look at how that tongue never goes back. That's actually really important. A tongue that goes back is a sign of too much air, or like just people trying to over darken their sound. It goes flat and it's not efficient. This is very natural, very loose.
There was a question that came up in the live stream about something specifically that is going on that I didn't address, so I'm addressing now in the edit. Someone asked, okay, well, her tongue is forward and wide, but it's in a concave shape. Ideally, yeah, the tongue is forward, like, right? But it's a large muscle. So the most important thing about the tongue is not necessarily that it's super forward, but that it's forward and wide. So even if it's concave, I still have a lot of width to my tongue. And that's important because you can keep your tongue forward and it will narrow from tension, and that's still a swallowed sound. See? It's gotta be wide and forward.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Another way to use vowels, right? Like that, give it a little bit nasty, give it a little bit of bite, you know, not everything has to be pretty. Those judges. This is warranted. This one, whoever the judge is, where she goes, what? You can see the what. Yeah, like I'm right there with her. What? This is one thing I hate about American Idol performances. They give these singers 1 minute, and I'm gonna actually, like, I'm lucky I wrote down this name. I gotta listen to more. This is just like a scratch of the surface. She's so good. I want more. Why are you giving this woman 1 minute? She deserves more than that.